Hi, welcome to another Martin Done Right. Today I'm going to share a story about what I've discussed this weekend with someone that have seen my videos, and she asked me if I could help her in her e-commerce shop to understand if the email address she used for the email marketing was really okay, because the deliverability eventually was not that awesome. But after a while of exchanging information, I've discovered that there's a lot of money she was leaving on the table. And that's mainly because the best practices and implementation of the best strategies and tactics to implement on the e-commerce store was not implemented. So what happened was that most of the shopping cart on the e-commerce store was not recoverable. And one of the things that I've found out was she didn't had any place to subscribe to the newsletter. She has a newsletter, but only shows that on landing pages or a campaign, okay, just for that, and not using on the entire website. And that for me, it's a big miss, because on e-commerce, what you want to have, it's to enjoy all of the traffic that you have and make the most of it. And that means that you need to place a subscription to the newsletter, because if you have the email platform connected with your e-commerce store, you already know that the person that added some product to the shopping cart and it was leaving, you know the email address for that person. So you can recover that person that was leaving the shopping cart there and was not buying for some reason. You can still recover. And when she talked about all of the money that was left on the shopping carts per week, it's almost more than any good store out there. So imagine all of the money that she was leaving on the table. I understand there's so much that we can know about everything, so it's a learning process, and I'm here to help this shop owner to make the most of her e-commerce store. Having said that, here are some tips, actionable tips that you can learn from this and maybe to apply. Okay, so on every space that you have on your e-commerce store, that you can have a small space to place a subscription box to get these subscribers. It's very important to have that. Okay, another thing, if you don't want to interrupt the navigation process of your users, what you can do is to use exit intent. It's a tactic that you can implement, which is a div, like a pop-up or something like that, but it's only triggered when you are making the movement of your mouse and go to close the window or something in that order. So if you implement this exit intent, the user was already leaving, so you make a last move and try to grab the email subscription of that user. And for that, you activate the exit intent pop-up. The user, if the offer is really interesting, the user are going to place the subscription there. If you have the email platform that you are using with the tracking on your website, you actually can have like a cart abandonment strategy. I guess I've said it right. I hope so. It's something that when the platform detect that the user is not buying in a determined space of time and they have something on the shopping cart, they use the information to then send an email with some kind of reminder or even a better offer like a discount or something like that. Okay, you can use that to make the most of all of the shopping carts people added and then they didn't convert. And sometimes you can use that also as a research strategy, because you are going to ask why, for instance, they didn't purchase the item. Was that because of the shipping costs was very expensive, or it was because of the buying experience and they have detected some kind of bug or glitch on the buying process? If you have their email address or eventually some kind of tracking these users, you can ask them and improve the whole buying experience. It's key to have on all e-commerce stores a subscription email newsletter or email address, because it's the direct way you can reach all of these people and to try to get them back or even to turn them into recurrent customers. Okay, so it's a lot of money that you are leaving on the table just for not implementing this, and it's not that hard. You just need to have a platform that has these features, for instance, to subscribe the users on the database, and also to have some kind of connection with your e-commerce store. And every big email platform out there already have some kind of connections, like the Campaign Monitor, MailChimp, or you can find the ones that are very specific for your email platform. For instance, on Shopify, it's very known, the Privy. It's a marketing suite for Shopify owners, and you can use the specific email platforms for that, but please don't leave that much money on the table, because if people were adding these products to the shopping cart, they were already interested on those products. It's just a way to understand what was happening with the buying process and try to improve everything about that. Okay, so that's the main tip that I'm leaving for you today. It's to find the way to get these subscribers. You have a lot of examples out there that you can use. For instance, the AZ intent, it's the less intrusive, because it's a way to just bother these users when they are leaving, so you are not messing up and ruining their browsing experience. So they are just leaving and then you activate the pop-up in that case. Otherwise, in particular situations, you can also have the subscription newsletter on every space that you can have. That obviously it's not going to bother people on the navigation. So it's very important to have a smooth navigation between all of the buying process, but don't waste the opportunity to get their email subscription, because it's the way to really filter, and you have a database of really interested people because they already are seeing your products, engaging with the products, and eventually if they are adding to the shopping cart, you can already collect the email address, because you can activate these triggers if the platform uses that. So I hope this helped you to understand how much money you are leaving on the table, and that really freaks me out, because I don't like to see that. It's a huge opportunity for you and your brand that you are missing. So please activate as much as you can all of the subscription of your newsletter or whatever you have to collect and capture the attention of these users. Okay, if you like this video, please share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to share a lot more on the next few videos, so if you don't want to miss out, please subscribe to the channel. It's as easy as clicking on that button below. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.